What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Figma Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Princess Zelda. As you can see, we do have Princess Zelda here in the packaging. She is figure number 318. This is, of course, the Twilight Princess version of Zelda. You can see she comes in the packaging. She has her sword, her light bow, and I believe the arrow is back there, as you can see. On the side we have an image of Zelda right here, as well as on this side at the top we have her displayed with her bow and arrow, and it's that same image here at the bottom. On the back we just have a couple of images of what the figure looks like fully posed. You can see there is also Twilight Princess Link available. So really happy I have Zelda in hand. What we're going to do now is take a little break, get her opened up, and then we'll go on to the rest of her review, so sit tight, everyone. So here we have Princess Zelda posing out of the packaging. Before we get on to the figure, I have to say, really impressed by this figure. There are some flaws that I see in this figure, but there's no way to have worked around them. But just a really well done figure. And as always, before we get on to the figure, let's actually show off her accessories. Princess Zelda here does come with the standard Figma stand. You can see it's the same 3-point of articulation stand, and it does peg onto her back right here. There's a little peg hole right there that her stand will peg into. And that's the standard Figma display stand, so it's nothing really too special. But she also does come with 2 interchangeable faceplates. She does have the faceplate that she has on her, which is a really neutral face, which I really do like. Then we also do get this kind of smirking face. It almost looks exactly like this face, but there are some differences that you can see in it. She's kind of smiling with this one, where this one she is really neutral. And she only comes with 2 face display options, but she also does come with 4 pairs of hands, besides the ones that she has on her right now, which is a fist, which, you know, that's basically what you get. We get fist hands with every character. She also does have a set of style pose hands where her hands are spread open, and she gets a left and a right hand for that. She does get a pair of grasping hands, which are going to be used for her sword. Yeah, Zelda does come with a sword, which we'll show off in a little bit. And she also does come with a hand to grab the light arrow and the bow, and her left hand is designed to hold the bow while her right hand is designed to hold the arrow, so that's pretty good that we get those options with Zelda. As far as her weapons go, she does get the light arrow and the bow, as you can see right here. Really good details on them. They're done in this really pearlescent white and gold color, and they're both really nice. The arrow, on the other hand, it has that same pearlized effect and gold paint, but it does seem a little fragile, and getting it into her hand is a little tricky, and I would advise using extreme caution pushing it into her hand, because these little sides right here do look like they can break, so be careful with that. And last but not least, Zelda does come with her sword. Now, just like with the arrow, I recommend you use extreme caution when handling this sword, because there are 3 really small points on it, being the crossguard and the actual blade itself are really thin, so exercise restraint when messing around with this sword, because it is really thin, and chances are you're going to break it if you try to force it. But other than that, that's all Zelda comes with, and while we got her accessories out of the way, let's actually show off some of her details really fast. You can see I have her with a neutral face right here, and I have to say they did a really good job with the face sculpt and the paint apps with this figure, and I almost dropped the camera. How silly of me. Really do love the details in it. You can see the gold is done really well, as well as that blue gem right in the middle of her crown. She has earrings on, which are done in a silver and red. Her little hair, the sides of her hair are tied just like we saw in the game, and they do have those little clips which are done in this really nice silver, so they did a good job there. You can see even the Her crown right up here at the top of her head is done really well and really clean. Really glad that they were able to do that. Her hair tie is a stiff plastic, but it does look good. And then her braid with a gold tip right here. Moving on to her clothing, and her armor is done really well, and it's a softer armor, softer plastic, so you don't have to worry about that getting in the way with her articulation. But they did a really good job on that. Before we go on to her torso, I want to talk about just the amount of detail in her arms. You can see, even though the armor does cover a bit of her sleeve, it is sculpted and painted in there, so that's really nice. You can see her sleeves are actually done in this pearlized white. It's not actually just flat. There's a little bit of sheen to it, which I really do like. The joints, unfortunately, don't have that sheen, but we've come to expect that from Figma. You can see, I don't know if this is a necklace or if it connects to the armor, but that's really well done. The red is nice and painted, as well as the blue. It's all painted the way it should be. I don't see any flaws in mine. And then you can even see that there's some Hylian hieroglyphs going down her tunic right here. So that's a lot of detail that is in the game, and they were able to capture that beautifully here. Again, that really nice metallic blue is done really well. We do get the Triforce right here. And then her dress is also done in that pearlized white. It's not just flat. You can see there's some pearlescence in that, so really happy about that. This isn't a soft piece, and that is a little unfortunate. And she is wearing the stockings and those really high, knee-high boots, I should say. So just overall really good details on Zelda here. And that's not even going on her articulation, because she does have a lot of articulation. Some of it, as you would expect, is hindered, but we'll go ahead and go over that articulation. She does have a ball hinge head, which can look up about that far, can look down about that far. She can tilt her head side to side, no problem. She does swivel at the neck. Her hair is on a little bit of a hinge, so we can get that out of the way, so we can turn her head, no problems there, and then it does sit flat, so we don't have to worry too much about that. So really loving the head articulation and the fact that her hair is on a separate hinge, so we don't have to worry about that getting in the way. Her arms are on a ball socket hinge, and it's a ball socket going into the torso and then a hinge right here at the shoulder, and we do get a lot of range with that. Something I also notice is that her shoulders also appear to pull out. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that actually does give you better range of movement for Zelda. And if you don't want her shoulders out that far, you can always pop them back in, so that's really cool that we do get that option to pop her shoulders out to give us a little more range. So that's really good, and you can actually see what I mean. There's a ball joint there and a hinge right here. So good range on Zelda there. We do get a full 360, although be careful with the hair not to get that caught. Again, her armor is softer plastic, so you don't have to worry about that getting in the way. We have a bicep swivel right where her sleeve meets her skin, so that's pretty good that they were able to hide that. We do get the Figma elbow, which gives us a little better than 90 degrees. And she also does swivel at that joint, so good range in her arm. We get that standard ball hinge with a hand which goes up and down, or we can turn the hinge to have it move in and out, and we also do get a swivel there. She has a ball jointed torso which goes forward about that far, back about this far, does get side to side movement, and pretty good range of movement right there on Zelda. And then we get to her dress. Her dress is articulated. It's on that same hinge that goes out and swivels, although you can see it really does break up the sculpt when you decide to have her dress like this. And you can see she does have the standard ball joint in the leg, so it does move forward, back, it moves forward, it moves back and out, although it is hindered by the dress. She does have that Figma style knee joint, which again we're not really going to see that because it is covered by the dress. She has a hinge in the ankle, which works really well, and it does swivel, so we get a rocker on that. And she does have a toe hinge, which works pretty well. It's not the greatest, but it does work. But that's Zelda for you. So what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get her posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have Princess Zelda posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do love this figure, and I am a huge Zelda fan, and I'm really glad we finally have a Princess Zelda to display in our collection, and I just had to fix her dress there really fast. Overall, I am really happy with this purchase. The only thing that would have made this figure even better is if she came with a soft goods robe that we saw her wear at the start of Twilight Princess. But other than that, I really do like the way she came out. Yeah, her articulation is limited from the middle of her torso down, but it's come to be expected seeing how she is wearing this dress. But the dress is posable, so if you really wanted to, you can get her posed any way you want. But I'm just really overall happy with this purchase. I actually picked my Zelda up on Big Bad Toy Store. I was really happy when I got the notification that her and Link were shipping out. I picked Zelda up for about $54, I think it was, maybe $59. That's a really good pricing, as how a lot of Figma figures range from about $60 to $80 regularly. If you can get hold of this Zelda and you're a fan of Twilight Princess, I really do recommend you get this figure because you're not going to be disappointed with her in your collection. She looks wonderful, even in a smash display. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000 saying don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other action figure reviews. All my other Figma reviews are up, so go ahead and check those out. And while you're at it, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, go ahead and let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll do my best to review it for you guys. And until next time, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.